I'm Sierra Bay, and this is the Sierra Bay Show. Today, I'm at Little Ray's Nature Center. I'm gonna go see Mandy again, but a little bit closer. Hi guys, I'm back at Little Ray's Nature Center, and here we've got Kelly, Joaquin, and of course, Mandy, and me!
You're going to get a nice good hold on her. So I want you to make sure she feels nice and secure. So get a nice good hold right down there. Perfect. And then I'm going to have a little bit of snacks here for her. Do you want to give her a little snack? So all you have to do is hold it like this, and you want to bring it down to her little face. Let her get a hold of it.
How old is Mandy?
So Mandy here, she is 4 years old, or I'm sorry, she is 1 year and 4 months old. Our full-grown sloth is 4 years old, and she'll eventually reach the same size as Barry in probably 2 or 3 years here. It just takes a little bit of time, but they grow up really, really quickly in comparison to most animals, which is pretty cool.
Is Barry about twice the size of Mandy?
I'd say so.
Oh, it's like
So do you want to give her a snack here? Do you want to give her one?
Okay.
So you do one right here. You just want to hold it up to her. Perfect.
Num, 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 num.
Awesome.
How come Mandy seems like so hungry right now?
So Mandy here, she sleeps at around 20 to 22 hours every day. She is only awake for 2 to 4 hours, and so when she is awake, she's always starving. But if we notice, if I bring her up anything else like carrots, she will not eat them. So as long as we give her things like sweet potatoes, which is her favorite food, she will continue to eat it. She is a very, very picky girl.
Who's a picky Mandy?
Look at these little back legs.
I know, right?
So sloths are extremely flexible, guys. So even though she is sitting in a full splits right now, Mandy is very comfortable. She has no complaints about it. So my friend here, when she sleeps, you should see her. She actually sleeps in a full spiral, in a little circle. And because they are so flexible, they have 2 extra vertebrae in their back, which allows them to bend.
Interesting.
Do they feel safer high up?
Definitely. So sloths generally out in the wild, they will sleep at around 100, 110 feet at the very tops of trees, and where there's less predators. And the reason why they move so slowly is because the trees are very, very low density up there. And so any sort of movement would shake the trees, right? And so when monkeys go up there, they rattle the entire tree, and an eagle is more likely to go after the monkey than it is to go after the small sloth who's staying still.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So are eagles their main predator?
Yeah, eagles are one of their top ones. Harpy eagles in specific, if you guys haven't seen these birds, they average around 5 feet tall with a wingspan of 7 feet.
Oh
Yes, they're huge little guys. And so, very intimidating bird. Could you guys imagine? This is basically a pterodactyl that's coming around and trying to eat sloths.
Aw. Now Mandy's eating like a puppy.
Yes, so usually this is how she'll eat, or sometimes she'll go and she'll scoop it up in her hand and she'll feed herself.
That's so cute.
By all means, you can pet her any way you want. Just you want to follow along here, and you want to stay away from the back area of the head. So if you guys would like to, please, by all means.
She looks wiry, but she's so soft.
Definitely, and it's because she is so young right now. As she gets older, she's going to get a little thicker and a little more coarse, but she still kind of keeps this relative softness to them, which is a really cool thing, and it's meant to keep their body temperature up. One thing that's pretty unique about sloths is even though they are a warm-blooded mammal, they're actually not warm-blooded enough to digest their own food, so they need external heat. So keeping their temperature is very, very important for them. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah.
Do you want to feel her? I've got the torsion.
Thank you.
Now, if you feel her little bum tuft right here, a lot of people think that's a tail. This species of sloth doesn't have a tail. That's actually just used to keep water running off of her. If she was hanging on her mom's back in a rainstorm, it would just glide right off of her instead of absorbing into her fur.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sloths are a very strange animal, and a lot of them doesn't make sense, but it's worked for them this far, and not only has it worked once, it's worked 6 separate times because there's 6 different types of sloths.
Okay, I didn't know that either. Her eyes, does she have very good eyesight?
So, with sloths, a lot of their senses are just mediocre. So, her eyes stick out of her head. She can see a wide field of view, but she's completely colorblind because it's too much information for her. So she does not have the ability to see any colors. Her ears, she has a good sense of hearing, but she can't actually hear high-pitched voices. So when a lot of people come and meet her, they tend to use baby talk because she's cute and small. She cannot hear baby talk. So if you want Mandy to be able to hear you, you actually have to talk with the lowest pitched voice you have. She's just gonna come look around. If you're close to the curtain, she tries to climb up it. She doesn't realize it's a curtain. She just thinks it's a really tall branch.
Oh, she wants to be as high as she can. Or wherever the food is.
Or wherever the food is, yes. Those are the 2 options. Safety or hunger.
It does look like it to you.
Alright. So floofy. You can hear it crunching.
Now, did you guys know Mandy is a fantastic swimmer?
Really?
So a lot of people don't realize this, but sloths actually move around 3 times faster in water than they can move on land. And it makes sense if we look at them prehistorically. 3 types of sloths. Do you guys know Sid the Sloth from Ice Age?
Of course. I
So
know Sid the Sloth.
Sid the
you
Sloth
haven't
is
seen
called
that
the
one?
ground sloth. And these sloths are around 20 feet tall. Very, very big sloths, and they lived in holes in the ground.
You're kidding.
Yeah, so if you
That's
go
incredible.
to places like Panama, you can actually still walk through their tunnels that they used to have. Isn't that crazy?
No.
And then we also had arboreal sloths, so like my friend here who lived in trees, and then aquatic sloths. It was sloths that
Whoa.
lived in the ocean.
Oh
Isn't
my
that
gosh.
right?
That is
So
so
like a
cool.
seal, they swam in the water.
I didn't know that was the thing.
I
Isn't
couldn't
that
imagine
crazy?
a 20-foot sloth. That'd be
That
a
would
lot
be a
of
big
sloth to
sloth.
cuddle. I would hug
That's
that
right.
sloth. I wonder if they were furry too.
They were, yeah, definitely.
I wonder if they're slow. It's hard to imagine a 20-foot sloth.
I feel
just-
like it'd probably be in the middle, right? Where they're slow, but since they're so big, they probably moved a big distance.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think about sloths?
They
Pretty cool
are
animal?
amazing and very cute and quite interesting.
And very
Very
hungry.
much so. Always hungry.
Mhm.
And so Mandy's salad actually sits with her entire day. She just prefers not to eat it because she prefers somebody to feed it to her.
Oh, of course.
She is a very
That's it.
spoiled princess here
Oh,
with us.
Goodness.
So cute.
Do you think you'd have a sloth as a pet at home?
I would very much love to.
You think so?
Mhm.
Did you know that sloth won the Guinness World Record for world's smelliest animal?
You're kidding. Okay, I'm gonna
Seriously?
smell.
Not with us.
Okay.
You can smell her, but she doesn't smell bad with us because our sloths, they don't have to face the weather. They don't have other animals that would, have skin and feces flying in the air, so they smell pretty good here.
Yeah.
Out in the wild, not so much. Yeah.
I heard that they have all sorts of bacteria, and some of them can even be cancer fighting.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll actually see sloths that are green out in the wild because they are covered in algae, and
Okay.
they will have thousands of different types of bugs and microfauna. One thing that's really interesting is there's a type of sloth or a type of moth that lives on the back of sloths. It's called the sloth moth, and it only exists there. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the world.
That's incredible.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so mixed with all of that, it makes them smell not the greatest.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It does, right? Now, what do you guys think some of the closest relatives to sloths are? I'll give you a hint. It's not a monkey. Everybody thinks it's a monkey.
Does it depend on where they originate from?
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
her face, she kind of reminds me a bit of a mole. I don't know
Of
why.
a
just
mole.
Like this.
I can
Short.
see that. I can see that. I'll give you guys another big hint. It has a shell.
A
Snail?
tortoise? A turtle?
Not a snail, not a turtle. It still has to be a mammal.
A snail because they're so slow? I don't know.
It's actually armadillo.
What?
Isn't
That's
that
so
crazy?
crazy.
Armadillos, aardvarks, and anteaters are part of the same family group called the Xenarthra, and we can actually tell by looking at Mandy's hands here.
Mm-hmm.
You see they are big palms with big claws instead of fingers. All of those animals have the same type of hands.
That's so cool. Interesting animal facts.
Yeah.
Mandy is so cute.
I wonder what her belly looks like. Is it furry too under there?
It is furry, and one thing that's pretty unique about sloths, so our hair originates from the top of our head, and everything goes down. Their hair actually originates from their belly.
Really?
So it starts out here, and it all grows back. Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that unique?
Yeah.
Oh, she's making some noise now.
So what you guys are
I'm
hearing
getting licked.
is...
Oh, well, no biting.
Yeah,
No
you just
biting.
gotta be a little careful. She gets a little curious, so she actually explores with her mouth. She's
Really?
like a 2-year-old baby, yeah.
So cute.
Oh, be careful. She will try to bite you if you get too close.
Look at those. Oh, goodness, her nose looks so soft.
Right?
It's pretty cute, right? And so they actually sweat through their nose.
And she can't hear my voice probably.
She cannot.
I got to see her little belly.
Oh,
I
sorry,
just
buddy.
want to make sure she doesn't fall off. There.
So if she smells high floral things, she thinks it's food. So we have to be a little careful with it. Yeah, definitely. It's one of their main foods. If they were in the rainforest, would be different types of flowers.
Do I smell like a flower? I don't taste like one. May I feed her a piece of food?
Of course. So
Thank you.
give you that guy there.
That's better.
You can hear the
Nom,
crunch.
nom, 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 nom.
But yeah, so that noise you guys were hearing earlier was her teeth grinding.
That kind of sounded like that.
So this type of sloth won't make any noises, but they will grind their teeth because they actually have rodent-esque teeth where their teeth grow their entire life, and so they actually have to grind them down to keep them sharp and from overgrowing and hurting them.
Oh,
Yeah.
makes sense. What you doing?
She's smelling. She'll go with you. Your hoodie's so
No.
soft.
No.
So
Mandy's
hair,
brushing my hair.
shampoos, and things like that are some of the most floral-like scents we use as people. So she tends to think they're snacks.
Makes sense. I did have a bath this morning, actually.
There you go. Sorry, buddy. Oh.
So sweet.
Yeah, she's very explorative. Mandy's starting to reach that point in her life where she wants to do more exploring. And so she's actually probably going to stop meeting people like this because she's getting too adventurous now. And we want her to be as safe as possible when she comes out to meet people.
We're so grateful to be able to meet her.
Yeah.
Feel how soft she is. Beautiful.
Biting my sweater.
Oh, don't fall.
No falling. No fall. No fall. The world's funniest sloth. This should be a world record right here on the CRB show.
She's very active, right? Which is pretty surprising, especially for what most of us have learned about sloths.
Right?
It's because she eats a lot healthier and she sleeps so much.
Who's a healthy sloth?
How many hours in a day do you think a sloth out in the wild would sleep?
I don't know, maybe like about 14, 15?
You think so, right? That's a pretty good amount of time. They only sleep 9 hours.
What?
Isn't that crazy? That's it.
And
So
did you
they're
say
awake.
16 hours here?
20 to 22 hours here.
And only 9 in the wild.
That's right. And it's because Mandy here, she gets fed food daily by people. And she has a very safe area. She's never met a predator. The scariest thing in Mandy's life is her one natural predator with us. It's our vacuum cleaner. Like most animals, it's
Seriously?
very loud, and so she doesn't like it. So we have to be very careful around vacuuming around her. But because of all those reasons, she can relax a lot more. Now, even though she sleeps more than double what they sleep when she is awake, she's out here and she's exploring, moving around a lot, being very active.
Thank you for letting us meet Mandy, Joaquin.
You're welcome. Hopefully
is-
you had fun.
This is so great. You guys should come over here too.
Awesome.
West Edmonton Mall, Little Rays Nature Center. I still hear the teeth grinding.
I don't
Let's
think
see if
most
she'll
people
let
have
her.
ever seen.
Wow. So right there.
Mandy has strange and cool ears. That was awesome, you guys, right? Make sure you guys come on down to Little Rays Nature Center in West Edmonton Mall. Make sure to support all the amazing work they're doing to keep their animals healthy and safe. You can also get stuffies just like this. How cute is this one? Not sure what to name him or her yet. Let's figure that out soon.